of China's water management has led us to a deeper understanding about the relationship between man and water. The harmonious coexistence between man and waterways cannot be achieved without maintaining a good water environment.
这里我要特别感谢我们梅先生，还有我们的前任主席，我们的 IWI， 在我们扬州的这个运河的生态保护过程当中，他们一如既往，始终多年对我们给予了很多的支持和帮助。也要感谢我们在座的各位朋友，你们在这里面也有的也是到我们扬州来进行指导和服务的。我要谢谢大家。
Hereby, I want to especially express my thanks to Mr. David Edwards May, IWI, and the previous chairman of IWI, and other friends here who have been to Yangzhou, who have helped us and given us a lot of support.
第三个就是关于更加分享的观点，是关于文艺复兴啊，文化复兴啊，是运河复兴的灵魂。
Third, a rejuvenation of canal culture, the essence of canal revival.
运河的经济、军事和政治诸多功能，随着社会的发展和现代交通体系的完善，可能会被逐步的弱化或者部分的取代。然而，运河积淀的丰厚文化已经融入了我们民族的文化基因，成为国家人文精神的象征。从这个意义上来讲，运河就是一种文化。
With the advancement of society and the modernization of the transport system, the multiple functions of canals in the economic, military, and political aspects may gradually weaken or even be replaced. However, the profound canal-based culture has been integrated in the cultural gene of the nation, becoming a symbol of its cultural spirit. In this sense, canals themselves are a culture.
习近平主席高度重视我们中国大运河的保护工作，他提出了大运河是祖先留给我们的宝贵财富，是流动的文化，要统筹保护好、传承好和利用好。习主席的这一观点和见解，打开了对运河和运河文化认识的新篇章，开启了运河文化传承复兴的新纪元。
Chinese President Mr. Xi Jinping attaches great importance to the protection of the China Grand Canal. He points out that the canal is a precious heritage left by the ancestors and a flowing culture, emphasizing the need to better protect, inherit, and promote and make good use of the canal culture, which has opened up a new chapter on the understanding of the canal and its culture and ushered in a new era of promoting and rejuvenating the culture of the Grand Canal.
要保护、传承和利用好大运河文化，首先，我想要保护好既有的文化遗产。为此，中国政府主动担当、落实责任，统筹有形文化和无形文化，既保护好文物的遗存、水工遗存、腐熟遗存等物质的文化，也保护好手工技艺、工程技术、风俗文艺等非物质文化，确保现有的历史文化遗存无一例外的得到保护，并且杜绝建设性的破坏。在这里，我也想给大家听一听我们悠扬的传功号旨，就是我们运河非遗的代表作，也是我们运河儿女的奋斗曲。
In our efforts to protect, inherit, and promote and utilize the Grand Canal culture, protection of the existing cultural remains should be given top priority. In this aspect, the Chinese government has taken the initiative in shouldering the responsibility. Its efforts have covered both tangible and intangible culture. While measures are put in place to protect the material, tangible cultural remains, such as the cultural relics, water engineering sites, and their auxiliary structures, the government also pays attention to the protection of the intangible side of the canal culture, like the handicrafts, engineering technologies, folk arts, etc. Now let's take a moment to enjoy a piece of music. It is a song of the boatman, a representative of the Grand Canal intangible culture. Music, please.
没有了，没有画面啊，好啊。文化价值的弘扬是保护、传承和利用大运河文化的另一个重要方面。我们以历史文化传承为落脚点，向大力气挖掘运河文化的历史和现实价值，用现代科技多维度的宣传和展示，加大文化设施向人民群众的开放，使运河文化进入了百姓家，融入了寻常生活，更好地传承下去，弘扬开来。
Promoting cultural value is another important aspect in the protection, inheritance, and utilization of the Grand Canal culture. We work hard to rediscover the historical and practical values of canal culture, make use of modern technologies and multimedia in its promotion and exhibition, and broaden people's access to cultural facilities. It is expected that canal culture becomes well recognized by by residents and integrated in people's daily life, and hence better promoted and passed on to future generations.
优秀文化能够唤起世人的共同价值追求，在全球化这样一个大趋势下，大运河沟通、融合、开放、包容的这样文化基因，并已经成为我们中国与世界大家合作的桥梁和使者，成为中国与世界对话的一个国际语言。这也是时代赋予我们大运河一个新的使命。
The China Grand Canal has been an infrastructure facilitating transport and communications, integration, openness, and inclusiveness. This cultural gene of the China Grand Canal will make and in fact has made a bridge and envoy that connects China and the world, and an international language in China's dialogue with the world. This is a new historical mission that the new era has entrusted to the China Grand Canal.
各位朋友，从古到今，世界各国人民开辟了许多规模不等的运河，运河沿岸的城市更是举不胜举。运河对于沿岸城市而言，不是生母便是乳娘。所谓生母，就是运河催生和抚育了一批新兴的城市；所谓乳娘，就是运河促进了运河城市的发展和繁荣。扬州就是这么一座依河而建、因河而兴、合成共生的城市。
Throughout the ages, mankind has excavated numerous canals worldwide, and still more cities and communities have developed thanks to these waterways. In a sense, the canals may well be compared to a mother to the cities on them. The cities have owed their birth, their development, and prosperity to canals. In Yangzhou's case, the Grand Canal has given birth to this historical city.
2500年前，中国运河就是因为大运河而诞生了扬州市。1000多年前，我们运河又是沟通了海上丝路和丝绸之路的这样一个交汇，迎来了第二次发展的高峰。200多年前，扬州又因为在运河和长江的交汇处，成为最大的水利枢纽和盐业的经销中心，出现了第3次辉煌。
Over 2,500 years ago, the earliest section of the China Grand Canal, known as the Hangou Canal, was excavated. This marked the birth of the city of Yangzhou and leading up to the first period of prosperity in Yangzhou's history. And during the Sui and Tang dynasties, which was over 1,000 years ago, the full length of the nationwide China Grand Canal was completed. Yangzhou happened to be situated at the confluence of the Silk Road and the maritime Silk Road. Yangzhou prospered for the third time in its history. It became a matchless international metropolis then. After that, over 2 centuries ago, during the Qing dynasty, Yangzhou became the country's biggest waterway transport hub and salt trade center, still due to its location at the confluence of the Yangtze River and the China Grand Canal.
大运河仍然是扬州城市发展的一个动脉，我们正在努力地建设古代文化与现代文明交相辉映的名城。我们诚挚地邀请全体与会嘉宾和朋友们，明年相会在我们中国扬州。
Today, the Grand Canal is still an artery that powers Yangzhou's development. Taking advantage of the favorable conditions of the canal port and waterway transport, the city has planned and built port industrial parks, modern logistics parks, and canal culture theme parks, which have not only boosted the city's economic strength, but contribute to its cultural appeal. Yangzhou is building itself into a city that blends splendid classic culture and modern civilization. Hereby, we would also like to extend a sincere invitation to all the delegates and friends here today. Let's meet in Yangzhou, China, next year.
各位朋友，欧洲有一句著名的格言：“人难以两次踏入同一条河流。”我们身边的这条爱尔兰运河已经静静地流淌了250多年，但是运河之水每时每刻都是不一样的。从这个意义上来讲，运河每天都在重建、重生、重创，也是我们这次会议的主题。运河赋予了我们是一种变化、发展和更新的精神。
As an old saying here goes, no man ever steps in the same river twice. The canal in Athlone, as we see today, has kept flowing for over 250 years. Yet the water of the canal keeps changing every moment. In this sense, canals go through restoration, regeneration, and reimagination every day. Canals embody a spirit of eternal evolution, development, and update. Let's carry forward this spirit of evolution, development, and update, and join hands in opening up a brighter future for the world's canals and cities.
让我们共同秉持这一种变化、发展和更新的精神，共同研读运河管理者、研究者和爱好者的在座的各位的远见卓识和创新实践，携手并肩，逐步踏浪，不断地开创我们世界运河城市的发展和新的辉煌。
Let's work together, and we would like to invite you to the World Canals Conference 2019 in Yangzhou, China.
这个本来呢，我应该是还有很多内容，因为我不会讲英语，大会给我40分钟啊，我只能给大家20分钟的信息量。下次我努力把英语学好，直接用英语跟大家下次再来演讲。
Actually, I have a lot to say to you, but because I cannot speak English and I am only allowed for 40 minutes because of the translation, I can only do 20 minutes. So, 谢谢。I'll try hard to learn English and next time to use full the 40 minutes time slot.
我还要占用大家1分钟的时间，要借此机会介绍一下这一次我们代表团的同事，他们是我们扬州市政协的秘书长，也是我们明年世界运河大会的协调人汤天波先生。
One last thing, I want to introduce my fellow delegates, Mr. Tang Tianbo, Secretary General of the CPPCC Yangzhou Municipal Committee. And he is also the coordinator for the next year's conference in Yangzhou.
扬州政府的秘书长王玉军也是我们明年大会的协调人。
Mr. Wang Yujun from the city government and also coordinator of the World's Conference.
我们 WCCO 的秘书长也是我们 WCCO 与在座的各位进行沟通聊聊的同仁啊，我们邓青女士，有什么大家可以。
Madam Deng Qing is the Secretary General of WCCO, and she has a lot of old friends here.
我们扬州文物局长也是大运河遗产保护管理办公室的花东龙先生，他后天将在论坛上介绍我们中国以及扬州大运河遗产的保护。
Mr. Hua Derong is director of the Yangzhou Cultural Relics Bureau. He's going to make a speech on the breakout session the day after tomorrow on China Grand Canal and the heritage utilization and conservation.
我们这位徐俊女士，她不是翻译，她是我们扬州政府的外事办公室的主任。她明天将在大会的闭幕式上，介绍我们明年中国扬州和就是明年在我们扬州的开幕式和明年这个大会在扬州的开幕式和在我的家乡无锡的闭幕式的世界运河大会的情况。
Finally, the translator Xu Jing, which is me. I'm Deputy Director of the Yangzhou Foreign Affairs Office. I'm going to make a presentation on behalf of the Yangzhou delegation about the World Canals Conference 2019, which will be hosted in Yangzhou and with closing ceremony in Wuxi, which is the hometown, Mr. Zhu.
这个时间关系，我不能再一一介绍了。我请我们的还有其他的，我们所有的团队，大家都站起来，来了我们的官员，还有我们的企业家，还有我们的志愿者，我们一共有14个人的一个代表团，对大家表示感谢。
We have a large delegation of 14 people. They will stand and greet to say hello to you.
在会场上，我们有展板介绍明年的开幕式和闭幕式以及东道主的有关情况。我们还开通了明年的世界运河大会的网站，如果需要咨询的各位朋友，可以与我们代表团的李丹小姐进行联系。
We have also posters and stands outside, and we have opened up the official website for next year's conference. And if you need to know anything, you can contact Dan Lee, Vicky Lee here.
好，我的演讲就到这里，谢谢大家。
That's all. Thank you.